Sagittarius, you are up for the February Love Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Okay, so obviously, this is the love reading. The general readings for February are already up. After I finish the love readings, I will start working on the money readings. Doing a lot of collective readings too. All the readings are up for January since we're still in January. General, love, and money. Whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person here reading energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I've said that, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get into this reading. All right. May I have the energy for Sagittarius for February? May I have the energy for Sagittarius for February? May I have the energy for Sagittarius for February? What is it that Sagittarius needs to hear? What is it that Sagittarius needs to hear? What is it that Sagittarius needs to hear? May I have some cards, please? Thank you. Oh, wow. That's the first time that card's come out. What's at the bottom of the deck? Underlying motives at the bottom of the deck. Underlying motives. First card that came out. I am their light. I am their light. Second card that came out. Sacrifices must be made. Sacrifices must be made. And then the third card that came out, accept for all it's worth. Accept for all it's worth. I always think of this card where it's a situation where someone doesn't really place much value in what another person says. That's what I always think of when this card comes out. The energy that I'm getting, and I'm just going to call it for what it is, because this is the energy I'm getting. Obviously, this isn't going to resonate with all of you. But energy I'm getting is that you are them. And Sagittarius, I kind of feel like it's you. You know that someone is really into you. But you don't necessarily want to sacrifice as much. I feel you would expect them to do more sacrificing because they're really into you. You expect them to make changes. And you expect those changes to happen because you're kind of holding all the cards. Again, well, underlying motives and stuff. I'm not looking at this as a good or a bad thing. I'm just looking at this as, okay, this is the situation. I do believe in equal give and take. If there's something that can justify more of the sacrifices and more of the change being on them, okay. But what would that be? To shift the responsibility more to them, what would that look like? As in, what would justify it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I guess we shall see. Can we clarify the cards on the table? Can we clarify the cards on the table? Can we clarify the cards on the table? Something told me to check this. What is this? 7 of air. I told you. Deception. I'm using the Monera deck. It's kind of explicit, but yeah. So 7 of swords. There's some type of strategy going on. Now, this could be on the other end. I don't feel that it is, but it could be. If you're like, no, KC, that's not me. It's them. They're the ones doing this. Okay, fine. But there's some type of strategy here. So you have underlying motives. When I split the deck 7 of swords, it's like someone is playing a game because they hold the cards. It's where they want things set up a certain way. What is it that Sagittarius needs to hear? What is it that Sagittarius needs to hear? What is it that Sagittarius needs to hear? Can we clarify the cards on the table? Yeah, I'm going to take all of these. I had to pause for a second and see. Yep. That Iggy Azalea song, I don't know if any of you listen to rap. There's a song she has called I'ma Make You Beg For It. I don't know why I get those vibes. It's so strange. I feel, and then I'm hearing Can't Fight the Moonlight with the moon coming out. So I feel like there is somebody who is willing to do some embarrassing things for the other person. 5 of Pentacles is here. In this one, you see her urinating in the street. When I pull this card, I think of embarrassment. Is what I think of. Usually it's about being left out in the cold, money, stuff, whatever. In this particular deck, I think about embarrassment. You see how everybody's looking like, what the hell? So I honestly feel for some of you, there is a situation where one person, they're willing to do all of this stuff for the other person. And the people who are watching this person do all this stuff are like, they're like, what the hell? Are you really going to do this? So, yeah. I feel, now for some of you, could be dealing with a Gemini, 9 of Swords energy. Someone could be playing a mind game in order to see how far someone will go. Aquarius, this could be you or it could be the other person. I said Aquarius. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. That's an air sign. Sagittarius, this could be you or it could be another person. So I feel some of this stuff, some of these requests, some of these sacrifices, is part of that strategy, like 7 of Swords, where it's like, okay, how far are they willing to go? What are they willing to do? I know someone that I used to be really close with a long time ago. What she would do from time to time is if she wanted to test someone, she could have the money for something, but then she'd ask the person anyway, oh, I need help with this. Can you help me pay it? And to see what their response will be, even though she had the money. I feel there might be some of that type of energy in here, whether it's with you or whether it's with them, where they're like, okay, let me ask for this and see what happens. And that's being in somebody's head. 9 of Swords energy. Now, the Hermit is here, which lets me know somebody does ghosting from time to time, where someone may go without talking to the other person. This is Virgo energy. So someone may ghost and then all of a sudden they pop back up, King of Cups, and want to talk. and have a heart-to-heart when you haven't heard from them or when they haven't heard from you in days. And then they pop back up like nothing ever happened. And that an air sign will do that. So some of you might be dealing with an air sign. Not saying it's them, because again, I feel like it could be you. Then you have the moon here. This is Cancer Pisces energy. And with the moon, it's about secrets, but also it can be about revelations too. And I feel the plans, all of the stuff going on will soon be revealed. Meaning that if somebody is doing something like this, where they're testing the limits and whatnot, it'll be revealed anyway in time, whether someone wants it to be or not. Bottom of the deck is the sun. So there's room for happiness somewhere. There's room for happiness somewhere. I feel once we get past the mind games, there actually might be happiness. Is there anything else in this the Sagittarius needs to know? Thank you. 2 cards came out. Oh, wow. I just caught that. The Lovers and the 2 of Cups. Isn't that something? That's a partnership. That's soulmate. So that explains, so that sun with the happiness, that's right. You know, we've been having some crazy relationships. Because it was yours and then Leo's. Some of you, if you have Leo in your chart, you might want to check out that Leo reading. Because yeah, but with this, which again, Lovers is Gemini energy. I told you, some of you might be dealing with the Gemini. So yeah, and then 2 of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Lovers is about making a choice, but also it can be about the lovers. And then 2 of Cups is also about choices, but it is about contracts. It's about partnerships as well. With the 2 of Cups coming out with the lovers, this is a partnership, usually soulmate. If they would have came out separately, I wouldn't necessarily think so, but these came out together. So that's letting me know something. All right. So I think I'm going to title this, If We Can Get Past the Mind Games. Yeah. So that is your message. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, the star. And didn't I tell you Aquarius? I had said Aquarius, and some of you might be, and then here we go, Aquarius at the bottom of the deck, another air sign. That is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.